Explain to me why someone that has multi-generational wealth and never has to work again and could really put all their money in a low bearing, interest account and live off 100 lifetimes with the money that you have. Why bother coaching other people at that point?
Okay. Again, one of my good friends, when I was trying to figure out what am I going to do, I'm only 48 years old now, 47, 48. What am I going to do the rest of my life? I used to be an avid golfer. I bought a big estate in Scotland next to St. Andrews, where golf began. And I used to play golf 36 holes a day. I played 72 holes of golf because the sun comes up about 3 because we're so far north, and the sun goes down about 11:30, 12. And I did that for about 9, 10 months, and I got golfed out. You can only play so much golf. And my good friend, the guy I mentioned before, Charles Grubbs, and I sat in a room, and he says, let's reverse engineer how you made all this money. He's an engineer, MBA. And so we spent 4 or 5 days in a conference room, and how did I do it? And so we put it together, and at that time I thought it was about an 18-hour program. I could show kids how to do it in 18 hours. And we gave the first seminar on May 23rd, 1993. I gave it, there was about 65 or 68 people that paid $1,000 a head for one day. The seminar wound up lasting 23 hours with Q&A. And I thought, well, fuck, 60 grand. I cleared probably 55 grand for one day for doing something I could do while I was asleep. Sounded like fun. So we have updated the seminar over 26 years to now the kids said, well, I'm not Peña. I don't have Peña's communication skills. I'm not a big guy like Peña. Blah, blah, blah. And so, but now we had to create, in my mind, to make the model viable, proof of concept, I had to get meatheads to make millions. I had to get meatheads to make tens of millions. I had to get meatheads to make fucking billions. And we did. But it took me a lot longer. The first 8 or 10 or 12 years, I struggled, not because I was broke, but I struggled giving away, not giving away, but giving the other person that was on the other side of the audience the confidence to do what I did. And so we've developed the processes, procedures, and systems over the years. And now I have tens of thousands of kids that have done this. I'm the only guy out there that has created millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, billions, tens of billions, and hundreds of billions for other people.
Okay.
We have teenage multimillionaires flying around in jet planes. They came to me with a 15-speed bicycle, their only asset. The largest deal in recorded history, the $500 billion NEOM, the future of the city with Saudi Arabia, my mentee, Klaus Kleinfeld's deal. So we've done it from A to Z now. And now, about 10 years ago, I used to sell product like everybody else. Everybody said, you got to sell product, Dan. You got to write a book. And I said, well, I'd never write a book again. But so I said, well, 10 years ago, we're going to give the product. So we went from the most expensive product on the market to zero. All my products free. We don't sell anything, okay? And the only thing I do is I still do the seminars at the castle. We're booked up a year in advance. 4 years ago, I decided I'm going to do 2/3 pro bono charity work, 1/3 so money grubber, okay? So 2/3 of my time is devoted to speaking at universities. I'm speaking at the University of Pennsylvania in a few days, Wharton School, where President Trump went. My wife and I support a lot of charitable foundations, mostly Catholic, but missions in Sri Lanka, South America, India, the Philippines, Bangladesh, and that's what I do 2/3 of my time.
Okay, so for example, if you were to look at your overall process on how you help people improve their companies, if you look at a VladTV, from what you see so far, and you've done some research on me and so forth, how would I improve VladTV to making hundreds of millions or billions of dollars?
Well, it's all about other people.
Okay.
You need other people. I hate the word influencers, but it's a common, everybody knows that. You need other people that are influencers, not unlike myself, but have bigger followings than I do. Grant's got millions to follow him. I don't have those millions. You need influencers to say that what you do And now there has to be some social conscience part of it. And I don't believe in that social conscience. I don't believe in saving the world. But if you have a lot of big influencers and there's a social conscience portion of it, people don't mind you making money, as long as they think you're doing it for the good of all, for the good of the sum. And that's what and that's what I told Grant when I was on the show 3 or 4 years ago. I also told him to start a fund, which we did. But you can take advantage of the internet in a good way because you can reach millions instantly. And most of the guys don't understand that. And as I told you before we started, I thought social media was bullshit. I didn't think, I thought it was a joke. Now I don't, but I'm here, right?
Right.
Because I realized that I'm going to touch a bunch of people when you send this out on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube.